Hello, this is Billy Core from the Carolina Circle Mile Wiki. It's April the 18th of 2013, and what you're looking at here is a little project I'm working on. This is going to be my true Windows 98 gaming computer. I bought this at Value Village yesterday. This is a Dell Dimension XPS B800. Has an 800 megahertz Pentium 3. 128 megs of RAM and a 20 gigabyte hard drive. Now here's the inside of it. What you can see it has a really nice 32 megabyte NVIDIA graphics card. I forget the exact model, and it has an Ethernet card. Now this computer, I believe, was originally used for business use because it lacks a sound card on both the onboard and PCI, so no sound on here, but I got one we're going to add in a little bit. Yes. Here's the back of it. We have PS2 mouse and keyboard, 2 USB 1.0 ports, serial and parallel, and VGA and Ethernet, and of course a power supply. So now there's a couple of issues with it. One, it doesn't have a sound card. Two, it is very, very dirty. I need to clean it, but that'll be later because I really don't have any good cleaning supplies at the moment. And third, it needs a new CD-ROM, which I have. So today we're going to add a CD-ROM to this computer, a sound card, and install Windows 98 on it. So hold on, folks, we'll be right back. You know, before we start gutting this computer like a pig at a barbecue restaurant, I'll let you picture it yourself. Let's take a look at it booting first. Alright, it's turning on now. I've already booted up and it does work. Yep, NVIDIA TNT graphics card. Let's see, go into the BIOS. Okay, like I said, we got an 800 megahertz Pentium 3, a 128 megabytes of PC 700 memory. What else do we got? Let's go to the main. You know what? I better enable the plug and play BIOS since we're putting Windows 98 on here. It already has Windows 2000 on here, so it really needs that anyway. I might want to enable Quick Boot. Time's a little off, but the date's right, and I think it just needs to be brought up an hour and a couple of minutes. I don't know, how do I do this? Oh, there we go. Let's see, it's about 3:29, and there we go. Yeah, so apparently it still has a good CMOS battery. So we'll save. No, I don't want to load setup defaults. I want to save and exit. And why am I doing this, folks? Restoring this old computer? Well, let me tell you a little story. In the early 2000s, I had the worst possible luck with computers. You see, back then, I had an E-machine, a Celeron E-machine that I got new in April of 2000, and it ran like a dog. I mean, it was reliable, but it was just the slowest computer you could possibly use. It was ugh. And so about a year later I replaced it with a really nice Pentium 3 gateway with 128 megs of RAM, a 40 gigabyte hard drive to work. So it had a lot of power, but oh, this may sound extreme, folks, but this was the worst computer I have ever owned in my entire life. I owned it for 2 years, from 01 to 03, and everything that could possibly go wrong with a computer went wrong with that computer. I had a I had, see, it had a DVD dual drives, a DVD-ROM on top and a CDRW drive on the bottom, and both of them had to be replaced at certain points. The operating system itself was horrible. It had Windows ME, which believe it or not, I usually don't mind Windows ME too much, but on that computer did not get along with it. It would constantly lock up and just ugh. And then in December of 2002, I even upgraded it to Windows XP, and even Windows XP couldn't save that computer, so I got rid of it, and in June of 2003 I replaced that gateway with the Dell Dimension 2350 right there, which wound up being one of the greatest computers I ever owned and reassured my faith in computing from my last two experiences. So I'm hoping this computer right here, with it being from the same era as that eMachine and gateway, that maybe this will reassure my faith in early 2000s computing. Oh yeah, we got a computer to look at, don't we? So, let's press delete to resume. I don't know why we gotta do that, but oh well. We're loading into Windows. And we got Windows 2000 on here, which for some reason people worship. I don't want to do a scan disk. Does have a lot of junk on it. Any day now. And this is as far as we're going to get, folks, because Sarah was kind enough to put a password on this computer, meaning we can't get into the operating system. But that's no big deal because we're going to wipe the drive and put Windows 98 on it, so that will, that's kind of moot. So we'll just do a cold shutdown there. And let's get started restoring this thing. Okay, got it on my workbench, aka my dresser. And I also found out when this computer was manufactured. It was manufactured September 22nd of 2000. So it's almost 13 years old. And here are the parts I'm going to add. First, we got a Creative Sound Blaster, model CT5803. I think it's a Sound Blaster 128 model. So that will sound really nice in this computer. And we got a 52-speed Sony CD-ROM drive to replace the faulty one that's already in here. So, it's going to be hard to do this with a camera in my hand. I got to take the other side panel off if I can figure out how, so we can get to the CD-ROM drive screws on the other side. And about 30 or 45 minutes later, it took me a while to get this sorted out. The computer is back together. I don't know if I got the jumper settings right, but you see I added a little zip drive. Might come in handy. And here's the 52-speed CD-ROM, Sony, and the floppy drive, which was already in there. And I added a the Sound Blaster card. And I just know something's not configured right, but we'll go ahead and get it hooked up and see what happens. Alright, we got the CD in the drive. Press delete to resume. I need to fix that problem, by the way, but I don't feel like doing it right now. And it's booting from the disk, the CD that is, and that's definitely a good sign. Boot from CD-ROM. We'll do it. Start the computer with CD-ROM support. Okay, it's going to load all the good stuff here. And we are in business now. Okay, first order of business, I've already checked the partition table info, so it already has a FAT32 partition on here that takes up the whole drive, which is using Windows 2000, which is kind of stupid. I think if you're using any version of Windows NT, whether it be NT Workstation 4 2000 or XP, I say you need to go for NTFS. It's a lot more faster, a lot more reliable, but that's no big deal because we'll be putting 98 on here. So we will go to the D drive. I need to readjust the monitor here, but change directory to the Win98 folder. Type format C. Switch Q for a quick format and switch S to copy the system info. Warning, all data on removable disk drive C will be lost. Proceed with format. If I say yes, will you give me a Pepsi? Let's see, we'll label the drive, nothing, I can't think of anything, but what do you know? I did get a Pepsi, a Diet Pepsi Wild Cherry. And so now we need to copy the setup files. Now to do this, we're going to do it the OEM way. By go ahead and creating the Windows directory, MD Windows. I can't type today. I want to change directory to Windows. And we are going to create another directory called Options. And we're going to change directory to Options. And we're going to create yet another directory. Don't worry, this is the last one, folks. MD Cabs. We're going to change to the cab folder. And we are going to copy the setup files from the CD-ROM. So we're going to type copy D:/Win98, and it's doing its thing now. This is how OEMs do it. This way, when you got Windows installed, if you have to install some kind of driver or something, you're not constantly reaching for that Windows 98 setup disk to put in the drive. Everything's already on here, and with a 20 gigabyte hard drive, that is more than enough for Windows 98, so we definitely have the space to spare. Okay, this will take a little bit, but we're getting there. Hurry up! Windows 98 has a lot more CAV files than 95. That much is true. We're already in the 60s now. Wow. I don't even want to think about what Windows ME had. So I've never really installed it in Windows ME enough to know what all it has, but it's done now. So now, believe it or not, we're going to do a reboot. We're going to do Control-Alt-Delete. And away we go. Boot from hard disk, and it booted us into a very cut down version of Windows 98. By cut down, I mean all it has is just some CAD files and a DOS prompt. So, but that means we can go ahead and get into the Windows setup. Change directory to Windows, change directory to Options, change directory to Cabs, and we're going to type Setup. I'm going to use the IS switch, that way it won't do the scan disk. And here we are into Windows 98 setup. This is where it's going to get interesting, folks. Get these tools out of the way so I can use the mouse. Alright, we're going to continue. Alright, it's going to prepare the wizard. It's better than the ogre, and that's a reference to the Windows 95 video guide. Okay, select the directory where you want to install Windows. We do not, I repeat, do not want it in Windows.000. We want to go to Other Directory and just delete the .000 part. Hit Next, and it's going to whine about it being installed in that directory, but go ahead and tell it yes, because you're the boss of this computer. It works for you. You don't work for it. Okay, it's going to prepare the directory. Checking for available disk space. That's not a problem. I got 20 gigs. Okay, we're going to do custom because it's more awesome that way. Let's see, I don't need accessibility. I want all of accessories. Yeah, I'll take the address book. There's no dial-up modem on here, so I don't need communications. I'll take the desktop themes. I'll leave internet like it is. All of multimedia. No online services. No Outlook Express. All of system tools. And definitely no web TV for Windows, because that is no longer in service. In fact, even during the days of Windows 98, I don't remember ever being able to get it to work. Let's see, computer name for the network, I'll name it Dell 98, and it's gonna, yep, I'm in the United States of America. It's gonna create a startup disk, which we do not need. I already got hundreds of these Windows 98 boot disks. Alright, the Windows 98 Setup Wizard has enough information to start copying Windows 98 files to your computer. So, away we go. It's going to install all the files, and it's going to take about 25 minutes or so, so we will check back then. And that took quicker than usual. So it's now rebooting, and I suppose next it's going to ask for the user information. Okay. I'll boot from hard disk. Alright, looks like everything's good to go. Alright. Pretty fast, huh? Okay, let's see, Billy Core, company, we'll just put Carolina Circle Mall. Oh, even though by the time this computer was made in 2000, Carolina Circle Mall was barely in existence. I think all that was left at the time was Montgomery Ward. Okay, I accept the agreement, and we will pause so I can put in my product key. Okay, it is all the information has been saved, so we'll hit finish, and it's going to start doing its driver installation. And you know what, we'll check back a little bit because I got some drivers I need to download off of Dell's website. Okay, everything's officially installed now. So we're going to boot into Windows really for the first time and see if everything is happy. I know I'll have a truckload of drivers to install. That's no big deal. I think I got most of them. I'm not sure about the Sound Blaster card. I can't remember. I don't know if I got the right one or not, but we'll figure it out. Yep, no video driver. And it always detects a monitor, like it's... Alright. Shame we don't have sound so we can listen to that cool intro music Windows 98 has. But everything's installed. It's even seeing the zip drive. So I'm going to install the drivers and we'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, we got all the drivers installed. I'm rebooting now. Let's see how it runs. Any day now. It's thinking about it. Okay. Is it supposed to take this long? Okay, it's doing something now, I think. Ah, yeah, here we go. And... okay, this doesn't make sense. The video driver was working before I rebooted. How did it go to 16 colors and 640 by 480 all of a sudden? Sound works, as you can tell. Well, hold on, let me see if I can get this working. Okay, I got the video card working. It turns out it was just I think a bad driver I was using, so it's all good now. There's a system information. I put in the OEM info. Okay, we have a 32 megabyte NVIDIA TN2 M64, a 3COM internet network adapter, and a Sound Blaster 128. And speaking of that, we have a Canyon test to do, don't we? So, go into media, and here we go. Not too bad. It's some form of software wavetable. I don't know what it is exactly. Sounds pretty good to me. So I'm going to now install some software on here, and we'll check back after a while. And a few hours later, we got everything installed now. And everything seems to be pretty good. I even got a DOS driver for this PCI 128 card, the Sound Blaster. It's the MIDI leaves a lot to be desired in DOS. It sounds good in Windows, but not so good in DOS. Plus, since there's so much memory in this computer, and it has a Pentium 3, Jazz Jackrabbit will refuse to run, and Sky Roads, the music sounds terrible. Oh well. Won't be using this computer any for DOS gaming anyway. That's what we got Packard Bells for. So, I got a Best of Entertainment pack. That's the Sound Blaster stuff. Dell Solution Center. Big Job, some Disney games, Hard Hat, Roller Coaster Tycoon, my favorite Windows 98 era computer game, Digby, the Chameleon internet browser, which I got networking to work on here, but I don't have the Ethernet cable plugged in right now. The Living Books games, Microsoft Bob. Some Microsoft games. We got Return of Arcade, Motocross Madness 2. I still need to install the Midtown Madness games. Pinball Arcade, Revenge of Arcade, Fury Cube, and Monster Truck Madness Plus for Windows 98. The Gus games, Sonic 3D, Incredible Machine and 3D Ultra Pinball, Sonic CD, and WinRAR, and Office 97, and Windows Media Player 9. So let's show off some of the gaming capabilities of this computer with none other than Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's the first time I played it on here, to be honest. Alright, let's, I guess we'll start with Forest Frontiers. Actually, first I want to adjust the resolution. And that's much better. I usually start off this scenario with a nice little Carolina Circle Mall style carousel. Usually right there. Okay, unfortunately, I no longer have the expansion packs of this game. Lost them years ago. I wouldn't mind getting them back. Alright, we'll open this carousel. Open the park. Let's build us a roller coaster. Okay, we'll take it up in the air. Okay. It's very depressing carousel music, isn't it? And yes, I know I'm not using a tripod, so sue me. Okay, we'll take it down here. Or not. It's too much realism. I'll do one of these here. Okay, not the most exciting roller coaster, but I'm holding a video camera right now and I really can't do a whole lot now, can I? Alright, let's give it a test, shall we? Alright. Let's see how this rated. Looks like it's a little too much. I don't know why, but oh well. We'll open it anyway. Actually, we'll do it like this. Okay. Roller Coaster Tycoon's a good game, but man, oh man, can it drive you nuts with all the regulations and all the stuff you gotta do a certain way. Arr! Again, I didn't know I could make that noise. Wow. Alright, now we'll open her up. I'll name it later. Now we'll add a toilet. We'll let them have refreshments because I'm a nice park guy opener thingamabobber. And nobody is wanting to ride it for some reason. I spent all that time building that roller coaster and nobody wants to ride it. Well, we'll just, I don't know, rebuild it. So, it's starting off like it did before, but oh, well. Add a little bit of this. A little bit of that. little bit of this, some of this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is an exciting video, huh? Me playing a game I've forgotten how to play over the years. Boy, does my life stink! Alright, this is a roller coaster everyone can enjoy. If not, then... If nobody likes this roller coaster, I'm eating this microphone. Okay, let's see if I have better luck with this one. That might not be too bad. It's a little bit better than before. Not much better though. We'll see how they like it now. You know what? Screw it. I don't even care. Nobody wants my roller coasters. I've lost my touch. Back in 1999, I could build a roller coaster in no time, and everyone loved it. What's wrong with me? I think it's because I'm doing it while on camera and I'm under pressure. So it's your fault. It's all of you viewers' faults. Okay. And oh yeah, we already did the canyon test, didn't we? So I guess there's nothing left to do. Might do more videos of this computer later, but for now, this is Billy Core signing off.